Alrighty, welcome everyone to the stream. Today is the season finale here in Division 2 in Divine Eye Racing League. We have a three-way title to be decided today, three-way title fight. That is between Shiv, Super Sean, and the Bartow 4. So I'm just going to try to find... Okay, we're going to ride on board Super Sean. Super Sean is currently your Drivers' Championship leader with 325 points. Behind him, we've got the Bartow 4 with 315 points. And Super Sean has 335. Bartow 4 has 325. And Shiv has 316. So a bit of a long shot for Shiv, but it can still be done if he has a good race and Super Sean and the Bartow 4 crumble under the pressure. Of course, we're racing at Qatar today. Final corner now for Sean. Up to the line. What's it going to be for the Red Bull driver? Surivasta goes pole with a 1 minute 21.7. Bartow 4 P3. Super Sean P5, I believe. P6, maybe? P6. So, actually, it isn't as far off as you would think for Shiv. Yes, we've got Bartow 4 P3, Sean P6, and Shiv P7. Srivastava pole, 1 minute 21.7. And Kodoy invalidated, so he will start from the back for the sprint race. Hope you're all doing well today on this fine Tuesday evening. Feel free to be active in the chat. I love interacting with my users, but we don't have enough user engagement or viewer engagement, excuse me, um, in the stream. So please feel free to comment anything that comes to your mind during the race today. And here we go, getting ready for the race with the formation lap. Take a look at tires. Everyone's on the medium for the sprint race. No surprise there. And we're all set here. 5 red lights for the final sprint race this season. It's lights out, and away we go. It's a good launch from Surivasta, but the Bartofor got just the right launch that he needed. He's alongside Kev the Slice and ahead into turn 1. Round the outside goes the Bartofor. Is he going to have the traction to get around the Ferrari? Into turn 2 we go. Bartofor has the inside line, and he gets the move done for the time being. Still side by side with Kev the Slice. Here we go, approaching the second sector now. They're still side by side. Kev the Slice is the inside line on this particular occasion, but the Bartofor is still right there on his tail. Moving back down a little bit. Oh, Roberto and Ishii making slight contact there. The usual first lap shenanigans. Everyone is trying to get as many positions as they can. Shiv up 1 place into P6. Super Sean, your championship leader, down a place in P7, losing loads of ground to the Bartofor here, who's actually now just made a move on Kev the Slice to make it up into P2. Bartofor in the Alpine. This is the most important race of them all, and the Bartofor is shining right now. That might have been a track limit, though. Surivasta leads the pack, already out of DRS from the Bartofor. 1.2 seconds separate first and second place. DJ Lawson side by side with Kodoy here, but Kodoy keeps the place into turn 2. Oh, that's very wide for Ishii there. And again, and he takes out Roberto in the process. I'm not sure what happened there. Ishii all of a sudden lost a lot of speed and came back onto the racing line. That must be front wing damage for Roberto in the Aston Martin. So it allows Shiv to move up into 4th place, and Super Sean has also gained a place from that. He's in the P6 now. Kev the Slice in DRS of the Bartofor. He's looking to make up the place that he lost on the opening lap, and he can sail past that Alpine car with DRS, and he's back up in the second place. So after the first couple of laps, your heroes of lap 1, or the first 2 laps we should say, are Waza and Kodoy, gaining 3 positions each. Now your biggest tumbler after the first 2 laps is Motion God, who lost 6 positions because of a pit stop. So Kev the Slice has now gotten back into the DRS of Surivasta. So this is crucial now because he can use that DRS to keep the Bartofor at bay and potentially even take the lead of the sprint race here. There's nothing in it for him championship-wise, but it's always nice to get that race win. So I'm sure he's going to be pushing with everything he's got to get as close as he can to Surivasta. Super Sean right on the gearbox of his championship rival, Shiv. Wouldn't it be absolutely tragic if they took each other out? So I'm sure they're both going to be on their best behavior because they know what's at stake. Shiv has a look down the inside. Oh, was that Sean maybe had a look down the inside? I'm not sure. But the positions have stayed the same. The front of the field, still the same order in the top three. Kev the Slice flirting with DRS right now, trying to get as close as he can. It's going to be very difficult without that helping of the rear wing, though. And it's the same kind of scenario here down in the battle for P4. As long as Shiv has the DRS from Ishii up ahead, he's going to have a much easier time defending from Super Sean. So now Waza picks up a penalty. Ishii's got a penalty as well. So already on lap 4, I mean almost lap 5, they just crossed the line to begin lap 5. So after completing 4 laps, we already have 2 drivers with penalties. That just goes to show how difficult the track limits are at this track. There's slight contact there between Shiv and Ishii. They're still side by side. Shiv went for the inside line into turn 1. Oh, and they drive each other off the track. Oh, no, incredible scenes here in the sprint race. And that, you have to say, pretty much throws Shiv's championship out the window. Shiv and Ishii just being a little bit too aggressive out there, trying to get a little bit too greedy. And it results in catastrophe for both of them, but especially Shiv, who was in the championship hunt going into this race, but as it stands, he's losing loads of points to the Bartofor and Sean. There's still time to make up ground, but it is very much a long shot. Queasy gaining on Waza now. We haven't really been back here that much today, so gonna try to get as much screen time as possible for each of these drivers. Oh, hang on. Battle at the front, Kev the Slice. Had a look on Surivasta, but decides to keep it in second place. But all of this battling, all of this choosing to stay behind has allowed the Bartofor to catch up to them. And this is bad news for Super Sean, because 4.5 seconds back, he is going to stay in P4 at best. So if the Bartofor is gaining up places and Sean can't do anything about it, he's going to lose ground in the championship. So the power is in the Bartofor's hands here. Let's see what he can do. Halfway through the sprint race, lap 6 of 10, 5 tenths between himself and Kev the Slice. This championship battle is really heating up now. And it just looks like a stalemate down the main straight here. No one going for any moves. And you could say that they're waiting for the final lap, which makes sense because it does seem like that is the only real overtaking opportunity. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what their thought process is. Oh! And Kev the Slice cuts the corner at the hairpin there. So that is easily another position for the Bartofor, unless something else happens here in the final few laps. But, yeah, so he's kind of the gatekeeper here between Bartofor and Surivasta. He's gatekeeping the Bartofor's win at this stage. He's shown that he has loads of pace here, but that penalty obviously is going to prevent him from getting the win or even second place. So, yeah, he goes way wide there as well. So, for him, he just needs to keep the penalties to a minimum, of course, and also make sure that he doesn't lose 3 seconds to Super Sean. But he's going to use that DRS to get up into the lead. So maybe he thinks he has the pace to pull away from Srivastava. It's very, very possible. We've got Expedito and Super Sean trading places. So Super Sean has actually lost the position because he was in P4 for a few laps there. And now Expedito has re-overtaken him, but Super Sean gets a pretty good exit. I don't think he's going to go for it here. He has a look, but makes a smart decision, stays back for now. He looks like he is being slowed down quite a bit, though, by Expedito. Expedito locks up and goes wide. Is this going to be Super Sean's chance? He just doesn't have the traction on the exit. So, yeah, these are crucial points for Super Sean's championship, and I think it's in his best interest to do whatever he can to finish ahead of Expedito in this sprint race. Oh, and Expedito goes wide and picks up a penalty. So that's going to be a free position for Super Sean and potentially Shiv and Roberto as well. So Shiv, after that incident, has actually gained up quite a bit of time and another place. So, oh, look at this. Into turn one. Srivastava goes down the inside on Kev the Slice, but they're still side by side. Into turn two we go. I'm sure Srivastava is not going to like this because of Kev the Slice penalty, but he's going to get the move done anyway, and I think this should be it for this battle. Oh, it's not. Kev the Slice tries to go around the outside, makes contact with Srivastava in the process. Wazov picks up another penalty here. Kev the Slice tries round the outside. I think he's just pushing a little bit too hard, and Srivastava ends up with that position. Bartofor assessing the situation, saving up his battery. Only 1.5 laps to go, so if there's going to be a time where the Bartofor puts the hammer down and goes for it, it's going to be now. Super Sean into P4. Shiv is going to finish in P5 if it stays the way it is now. So he will finish in last of the 3 championship contenders, but in terms of damage limitation, not too bad at all for Shiv, and he's very much still in the fight, and he can definitely still win this championship with a very solid feature race. Kev the Slice is going to try to win it on track here today. He cuts the corner again, and he picks up another penalty. Can Super Sean gain a second in the final lap and overtake Kev the Slice after penalties? That is very possible as well. I mean, I understand that he has the pace, but if I am Srivastava or the Bartofor, I am probably freaking out a bit right now, because if I make contact and get damage or get taken out by someone who's got 6 seconds of penalties, I would not be happy. Srivastava turns on his battery but then lifts to avoid contact with Kev, so interesting strategy there. And look out for the Bartofor, because he's got his battery all saved up and he's just waiting for the moment to get a better exit and overtake Srivastava. This is the final corner, ladies and gentlemen. Final corner of the sprint race. Is the Bartofor going to get it done? Foot to the floor, overtake button enabled. I don't think it's going to be enough though. Srivastava takes the win here in the sprint race. The Bartofor comes home in second place. Kev the Slice P3. It wasn't enough for Super Sean. Valiant effort though. He comes home in P4. Shiv P5. Roberto 6th. Expedito 7th, right on his tail. Kodoy 8th. Ishi 9th. Queasy next across the line in 10th. Followed by Wazar. And behind them, we've got Blue Dark and Motion God still battling it out for P12 here. Is Motion God going to get it done with the DRS up to the line? Oh, he got a great exit out of the final corner. Motion God up to the line. He's going to get it done. Motion God. Did they finish right even? Oh, 21 thousandths of a second. Motion God got the place. Incredible stuff. And in 14th place, we've got DJ Lawson. So there we have it then. What a absolute thriller. Surivasta wins the sprint race despite Kev the Slice winning it on track. Followed by the Bartofor, Kev the Slice, Super Sean, Shiv, Roberto, Expedito, Kodoy, Ishi, Queasy Waza, Motion God, Blue Dark, and DJ Lawson. So I'm not sure what the sprint points are. Bartofor second, Sean fourth, Shiv fifth. I'm going to check that right now. I'm going to try to do the math in my head so that I can give everyone a quick update when the race is over. All right, so the last sprint race would have been. Hang on, let me fix this real quick. It's right on board with Bartol Ford. Under the lights here at Qatar. Our last sprint race would have been Vegas. So, was that the Vegas race? No, this was the Vegas race. Oh. See, I don't know what the actual sprint points are because it doesn't show on the standings table. But we know that the Bartofor is going to gain roughly a couple points on Super Sean after the sprint. Oh, it's an invalidated lap for the Bartofor in qualifying and Shiv as well. Oh my goodness. Bartofor and Shiv have thrown it in the bin here in qualifying. Kev Sykes takes pole position, and that is not what you want after what was a great sprint race for the Bartofor, gaining ground in the championship on Super Sean, and now he has a massive deficit to overcome. Kev the Slice, pole position, 1 minute 21.8. Behind him, Kodoy, Sean, Roberto, Motion God, DJ Lawson, Queasy, and Expedito. Invalidated are Waza, Blue Dark, Ishi, Bartofor, Shiv, and Surivasta. So yeah, for Shiv, this is going to be, he's going to need a miracle. For the Bartofor, I think he might need to finish like a couple positions ahead of Sean. I forget what the sprint point system is. I'm gonna see if I can find it, but F1 rules and regs. Oh, here it is. Oh, only the top 10, and it's fastest lap is one extra point. I don't think that's the same thing for the sprint though. But I'm pretty sure there is the no penalty bonus. So if you don't get any time penalties or any penalties at all, I should say, you get a bonus point. And I don't think Sean or Bartofor got penalties. So second place would be 9 points plus the 1 point boost. So Bartofor's got a total of 335, and Sean has a total of 343. So they're 8 points apart. So, yeah, so if Bartofor wins, then Sean needs P3. That would make them tied. So obviously the further down they finish, the more positions they're gonna need to be separated by. So like for example, if Bartofor finishes in second, Sean will need to finish in sixth versus Bartofor winning and Sean coming in third. So, but yeah, if you look at the qualifying position, this is very much Sean's championship to lose. And then Shiv would have 7 plus 316, 323. So Shiv is 20 points behind Sean. So yeah, it's possible, but 20 points behind Sean. I'm just gonna write this down real quick. Sean, 343 points. Bartofor, 335 points, and he's 8 points behind. And then Shiv, 323 minus 20. So he's 12 points behind the Bartofor. So if, let's say, Sean crashes out, Shiv would need to win, and Bartofor would need to come in fifth or lower, I think. Yeah, fifth or lower. So yeah, this is definitely Sean's championship to lose, but anything can happen. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's race time. 5 red lights for the final time in Season 4 here in Division 2. It's lights out and away we go. It's a blitzing start from the Mercedes of Cordoy. He's already up into the lead. Down the inside into turn 1. Cordoy looks like he's going to keep that position, but they're still side by side. Here we go then. Kev the Slice takes a good line through turn 2 there. Getting the move done again. He stays in P1. Super Sean keeps it in P3. Everything looks civilized in the midfield thus far. Shiv already up 4 places. Bartofor not having as easy of a time though. That's the Williams of Ishi going a bit deep there. Surivasta gaining his first place of this race, passing Blue Dark. Oh, Bartofor making up another place. Starting to find the rhythm now. Godoy is all over the back of Kev the Slice here. An ultimate corner. You never really get a break around this track because track limits are very, very strenuous around here. Kodoy is gonna use his slipstream and battery to try and get past Kev. Does he send it into turn one? He does not. So Kodoy is your new race leader here on lap 2. After the opening lap, your biggest position gainer is Shiv, the championship contender, doing everything he can to give himself a chance here. He's up 4 positions and he's currently in P9. Your biggest faller is Wazah, who's currently in the pit lane down in P14. Oh, what's happened? Expedito off the track, and it's a VSC. Is anyone gonna make their way into the pit lane? I actually haven't looked at the tires. Everyone is on the medium except for Surivasta. Wazah must have started on the medium. He made a pit stop after the opening lap. He's now on a fresh set of hards. Shiv and Expedito are pitting, and Shiv has wing damage, so maybe there was some contact there between Shiv and Expedito that we missed. So, yeah, not ideal for Shiv, because I highly doubt those tires are going to make it to the end. And everyone else's tires are relatively fresh anyways. So, Queasy picks up a penalty, drive through for speeding. But yeah, everyone else's tires are only 2 laps old. So Shiv is not going to have a massive advantage in terms of tire wear. Interesting stuff so far here on lap 3. It's another yellow flag. Looks like Expedito again. Everything is all right though. Another yellow flag. I'm not sure what's happening. Expedito continuously triggering yellow flags here. Ocean God breezing past DJ Lawson. And Bartolfo making up another position as well. So it looks like it's Bartolfo versus Sean here for the championship. Sean leads by 8 points after that sprint race. Bartolfo needs to win and needs to hope that Sean finishes in 3rd place or lower. And then Bartolfo will need the fastest lap as well. Yeah, nothing changing here. The Bartolfo has gotten past DJ Lawson, making up yet another place, but nothing changing at the front of the field. Kodoy seems pretty comfortable out there, despite Kev the Slice right on his tail. Wazah picks up a penalty. Roberto actually has a penalty as well. He's currently in fourth place. Bartofor has actually lost a place to DJ Lawson. He's in DRS range though. Expedito has retired. Super Sean gaining in the slipstream, but again does not go for the move. Bartofor is going to use the DRS to get back past DJ Lawson, but the problem here is he doesn't have anyone in front of him to pull him along, and I think that's why he's having not the easiest time defending from the drivers behind him. Srivastava, he's been quiet so far in today's feature race, but he's relatively close to DJ Lawson here. Let's see if he can do anything. This section is pretty much all flat out, so I don't suspect any overtaking into here, but he's got the main straight coming up in just a few short moments. Gonna have to take a break for just a little bit because Kev the Slice is going round the outside and retaking the lead. So Kev the Slice retakes P1. Super Sean close to Kodoy, but not close enough. Ishii re-overtakes the Bartofor, and Surivasta did end up getting past DJ Lawson. So yeah, this isn't very good for the Bartofor. Super Sean is getting pulled along by Kodoy and Kev the Slice at the moment, and he's got nothing to worry about behind him, but the Bartofor is struggling to overtake Ishii and keep him behind, it seems, and I really think that's because he doesn't have any DRS from anyone in front of him, so they need to catch up to Motion God, or Bartofor, I should say, needs to catch up to Motion God if he wants any chance at making up ground in this race. I think the only thing that could really save him now is Super Sean crashing or something, because he looks very, very comfortable out there, it must be said. He's even got Srivasta to worry about now behind him. 7/10. Kodoy looks like he has massive speed down the main straight, but he could have easily made that overtake. I'm really baffled at why he decided to lift there, but he decides not to go for the move. Maybe he thinks he's going to keep his tires in better condition by not pushing as hard. Who knows? He is definitely quicker than me, so I'm sure he knows what he's doing. Bartofor actually wasn't able to get past Ishii down the main straight. So things started off well, but I'm not sure how Bartofor is feeling at this stage. This is probably the point in time where a little bit of doubt starts creeping in. You know, you're pushing as hard as you can, but if there's nothing in the tank, there's just nothing in the tank, and I think the qualifying really hurt him. It's not over yet, but he needs quite the second stint if he is to pull this off. Godoy retakes the lead here on lap 9. So Bartofor has gotten back past, but again, he needs to watch out for the guys behind him. They still have DRS. He doesn't have DRS just yet. Oh, massive slide for Kev the Slice. He lost loads of time there. I don't think, no, Super Sean is not going to be able to overtake him, but that is crucial for Kev the Slice. If he loses DRS here on Kodoy, then he's going to be an absolute sitting duck to Super Sean, but he did a good job recovering in that third sector, and he was able to get DRS here down the main straight. And here comes Ishii. This time, Surivasta is going to get past as well, get past Bartofor. He's still side by side with Ishii, though. And Ishii, with the inside line at turn 2, is able to move up into 6th place. So I think that's the OP strat, as they say. Go around the outside at turn 1, which turns into the inside at turn 2, and then you're able to cover off your opponent. Oh, little dummy there from Kev the Slice into turn 1. And that's a beautiful move. He retakes the lead. Bartofor able to get past Ishii. He went for the outside into turn 1. Took my advice. And he is able to cover off Ishii. So well done. But yeah, still, he is not in a great position in terms of the championship. Oh, Kev the Slice in the pits looking to make the undercut. Interesting. So I guess this is the crossover period now. And let's see if anyone else reacts to this. Roberto's coming in. Ishii's coming in. So is DJ Lawson. So, oh, It looks like, I mean, first of all, it looked like he had no front wing. Second, it looked like he was driving full speed in the gravel. Not sure if that was a glitch there or what, but anyways, I am very, very intrigued to know if Kodoy and Super Sean are going to make a pit stop here to cover off the undercut. And they do not. Not a whole lot going on track at the moment. Just Shiv trying to get past Ishii here. Ishii is on a new set of hard tires, so that should be a difficult pass for the Aston Martin. This usually happens though during the crossover period. The field spreads out a bit as everyone is on different strategies. Kodoy and Super Sean are now in the pits, so this is going to be interesting. Let's see where Kev the Slice comes out. Bartolfo is in as well. This is going to be very, very close. I think Kodoy and Super Sean are just exiting the pits now, and Kev the Slice is getting past. So he executes the undercut to perfection, and now he's come out of the pits, out of the DRS from Kodoy. So well done for Kev the Slice there, and the Ferrari strategists not doing a Ferrari strategy. Bartolfo comes out in P8, roughly 8 seconds off of Sean. So, still lots of work to be done. He's got a penalty as well. Yeah, I think it's safe to say this is the beginning of the end for the Bartolfo, unless something absolutely crazy happens with Super Sean. Motion got in the pits. Srivasta started on the hard tires, so he should be out there for at least another couple laps before he switches onto the mediums. Queasy and Blue Dark going side by side here, battling for P11. Let's see if he uses the main straight to his advantage here. 2.5 tenths between the Ferrari and the RB. Queasy opens up the DRS. Both of them burning absolutely everything. But yeah, they're both on 30% ERS now. But Queasy is going to take that position. He's now up in the P11. So Shiv is now actually in a better position than the Bartofor. He's only one place behind and he doesn't have a penalty. Of course, he is quite a bit further behind in the championship, but if something was to happen to Super Sean, you can't count Shiv out yet either. Bartofor getting past Ishii once more. Super Sean and Roberto battling it out again as well. So Kodoy has actually just picked up a penalty. So he is now in DRS of Kev the Slice, but I think this is Kev the Slice running away with it now. Super Sean gets past Roberto down the main straight, but he's 6 seconds behind Kodoy. So, yeah, this is going to be tough for Super Sean to win, but I don't think he needs to win for the championship the way things are going right now. Oh! As I've said that, Kev the Slice picks up a penalty. So now we're on equal terms here. 2.5 tenths separate Kodoy and Kev the Slice, and they're currently battling for the net race lead. A little bit of a slide from Kodoy there. That was a great exit there for the Mercedes, but he decides to back off. And this is going to be his opportunity right here, down the main straight. 4th gear, shifting up the gears, opening the DRS, and he's all over the back of Kevin Slice. So this should be an easy pass for him. And it is. Kodoy retakes the lead of this race. And this is very, very far from over. We've still got 12 laps to go. Kevin Slice doing a good job here. Only 3 tenths behind Kodoy, going to the 3rd sector. So he should be able to regain that position down the main straight if he keeps doing what he's doing. Bartofor picks up another penalty, is it? We're going to check in a second. Kev the Slice going for the outside line, which we have seen to be overpowered so far in this race. Turns into the inside line, and that position is now his once more. Yeah, Bartofor, 6 seconds of penalties. Roberto's got 9, so Super Sean should be able to get on the podium here. I mean, he is within DRS, so he might be able to take it on track anyway. Still got a good battle for P6 here between Ishii, Surivasta, and Bartofor. Oh, wait. I said a little while ago that Shiv was in a better spot than Bartofor. I completely missed that Shiv hasn't made his pit stop yet. So, yeah, he's going to come out in P10. Quite a ways off DJ Lawson as well. So, we are starting to see Sean put one hand on the driver's title. Surivasta gaining on Ishii in the slipstream, gaining on Bartofor. He gets cut off. He gets left no room, and that's completely legal as well by the Bartofor. He's allowed to do that. He has chosen the outside line, and it was Surivasta's fault for trying to go off to the outside, and in the end, he ended up with a penalty. Surivasta still closing in on the Bartofor here, lap 21 of 29. 8.5 laps to go. Kodois, it's the fastest lap of this race. Trying his best to pull away from Kev the Slice here. They've just finished turn 1. Srivastava is going to overtake the Bartofor on those faster, fresher, medium compound tires here. That was a relatively easy pass for the Haas driver. You have the Slice actually dropping out of DRS here. If you look on the top left of your screen, must have turned on the battery there because he's gotten it back down to 7.5 tenths. They're approaching the DRS detection point now. And I think he's going to get it, but he's still quite a ways back. So it's going to be very difficult for him to make an overtake. Roberto, I'm not sure if that was Sean braking early or Roberto braking late, but they nearly collided there at the final corner. Roberto with the DRS, not using any battery. Is he going to get it done? They're side by side into turn one, and Super Sean backs out. Don't forget, though, Roberto does have 9 seconds in penalties, so Sean is not risking anything here, and that is very, very smart of him. Because if anything is to go wrong, the Barteau Fort is still here and waiting to pick up the scraps. Oh, Kev the Slice cuts the corner again on the inside. So just like the sprint race, Kev the Slice is losing out because of penalties. So crucial stuff here. There is still time for Kodoy to pick up another penalty as well, but right now he has a 3-second buffer on his Ferrari counterpart. Everyone has made their stop, and the only drivers without penalties are Sean, Shiv, Queasy, and Blue Dark. Have the Slice going to use some of his battery, and obviously the DRS to get back past Kodoy. He's going to be pushing like mad now to erase that 3-second deficit that he has. Motion God, he's been a little bit sneaky in this race, just chilling in the midfield, but currently he's on pace for a great result here. And if the race was to end right now, he'd come home in P5. So great stuff from Motion God. Let's see if he can overtake Surivasta on track here. Surivasta, despite having the DRS, he's having a hard time getting past Roberto, and it's the same thing here. If you have DRS, then it's pretty easy to defend, and it's the car in front, at the front of the train, that is the one that's vulnerable. In this case, it was Super Sean, but on next lap, he's going to have DRS on Roberto as long as he keeps it within a second. Kodoy made up some ground on this lap. He's looking to re-overtake Kev the Slice here. Four tenths between the two. And Kodoy is going to lift off. And it makes sense. Of course, He doesn't need to risk anything with Kevin Slice's penalty. Roberto has actually picked up another penalty, and he makes contact with Srivastava. There more contact, this time with motion god. So he was probably going to lose some of those places anyways, but now he tumbles further down the order, and he's at risk of losing the place to Ishii as well, if Ishii can get it under 3 seconds. Got a bit of a train forming up now behind Super Sean. Super Sean doesn't have any penalties, but there are 4 cars who are within DRS and looking to get up into 3rd place, the final podium place. Kev the Slice and Kodoy just crossing the line now to start lap 27, meaning there are only 3 laps to go here in season 4, ladies and gentlemen. Srivastava, he does have that 3-second time penalty, but he's gonna sail past Super Sean and make the move. Srivastava up in the P3 on track. So Shiv has actually hit the soft tires, and he's just set the fastest lap of this race. That will be an extra point towards his championship tally. He's also on track to gain a position on DJ Lawson after penalties. Two laps to go. And some mind games going on here. Kodoy prefers to be behind Kev the Slice into turn 1 here. Obviously, it is a little bit more meaningful to win the race on track, but Kodoy still needs to be careful here because a time penalty or a collision will open this race wide open once more. So I think his plan is to overtake Kev the Slice starting the final lap and then bring it home. Here we go then. DRS open, and we are starting the final lap of D2 here in Season 4. Kodoy has that DRS advantage into turn 1, and he keeps the lead. Kev the Slice is right on him, and I'm sure, even though he's got that penalty, he's going to try to win this thing on track. Exit of turn 2 now, turn 3. Super Sean, he's driven beautifully this season, and he has done everything that he has needed to do here in the final race. He's just got 2 more sectors to go, and then he can hold the championship trophy. Yeah, the Slice picks up another penalty, so Suribasta can take P2 here as well. We're gonna step away from Super Sean for just a moment because Kodoy and Kev the Slice are rounding the final corner now. Kodoy takes victory here in the final race of Season 4. Kev the Slice comes home in P2. A valiant effort from him. Suribasta P3, Motion God P4, and Super Sean comes home to win the Drivers' Championship here in Division 2. Well done to the Rebel driver. Hats off to him. He actually takes P3 in the race after penalties, and that must feel amazing. Driver of the day goes to Surivasta, who started in last place after invalidating in qualifying. So I think he finished in fourth or fifth by the end, but was a great recovery from the Haas driver. So there we have it then. In the final race here in Season 4, Division 2, Kodoy takes victory from second place on the grid. Going down the rest of the order, we've got Kev the Slice, Super Sean, Surivasta, Motion God, Bartofo, Roberto, Ishii, Shiv, who finished the race with the fastest lap, DJ Lawson, Queasy, and Blue Dark, and those drivers who did not finish this race, Waza and Expedito. Well, that will put an end to this season. Thank you, everyone, for watching this race and following along for the entirety of the season. It was a pleasure to be the lead commentator here in Division 2 this season. I hope you all enjoyed it, and we hope to see you all back for some more action in Season 5. Peace.